Hello, everyone. This is Tossler.
Antonio Turner.
Welcome to another edition of GTA's Heat Check, brought to you by GTA Sports Network. If you haven't already, make sure you follow GTA Sports Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow the GTA Sports on YouTube. Don't forget to check out GTASportsNet.com for all things around the world of sports. Tone, how we doing, man?
Oh yeah, I'm good, bro. How you been?
I'm good. Just trying to stay in shape. It's 2021.
Oh yeah, New Year out here.
I don't want to be cliche and say new year, new me, but as you were saying before we started, I ain't getting no younger. So
Oh, join the club, bro.
I'm trying to maximize everything I have left in me.
Yeah, to you.
Literally, I take naps in the middle of the day. Stuff that I hated doing as a kid, I appreciate now.
You love it now. That's what work though, too. Though work though.
Yeah.
I already know.
That's including going to work, getting kids, doing homework, feeding them, the whole nine. So, but today I almost was this close to calling this an all NBA episode. But the only reason I'm not doing all NBA today, it's gonna be like 95% NBA. With 5% being that we're going into the wild card weekend. So we do got to give them the wild card, scenarios. I was having a whole debate with my man Showtime Arnett on Instagram about Colts and Steelers. Because I told you before last episode, he is a diehard Colts fan, right? So this guy, before we even get to NBA, I just got to do it. He kept telling me about their defense. Darius Leonard, being
the coach, coach top 5, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't disagree with that. But he kept using the defense as an answer to my question about, well, what about the offense? Will the offense capitalize off your great defense?
Oh,
it's like he's deflecting and trying to like switch the narrative to the defense. I never disrespected the defense.
That because you Phillip Rivers, I know.
But I love their defense all season. They showed up all year.
That's true.
But what happens when the defense goes to the sidelines and your QB come out there, number 17? Then what?
We'll get into that
we don't talk about it later. I just want to know. I definitely separated the Colts and Steelers from the wild card weekend because I gotta ask you some questions on that. I asked some serious questions.
Well, I know you do.
But I do gotta give props to Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards, dropping 60 on Aiden Zero's birthday, tying his career high, franchise high.
Not surprisingly,
but they lost.
Exactly.
Again. And this really reminds me of that small period where he played like 3 games and he scored like 50 plus in like 3 games straight and lost all 3 of them.
And he was on the sideline.
Yeah, and he was frustrated. He was beyond frustrated. So, what are your thoughts, man? Like, what's going on? I thought Russell was the answer. I thought Russell was going to.
Russell was the answer.
I did. I'm the before we even go into the Wizards, I'm the guy that said he should have went to New York.
You the guy that predicted the playoffs. So
I'm sorry.
You got Washington in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you who might take their spot now. We'll get to that later.
I know, but you don't want to have Washington. I did like
the idea. It sounded because Russell is a playoff.
Russell and Scott Brooks together is usually a good.
It's a playoff combination.
Yeah, I didn't have him in. I had him maybe fighting for it.
Are they gonna be in the play-in now at this point?
I had them if they were in the 8, 9, 10, one of them 3.
So what's the problem? Is because everybody's gonna want to blame Russ for them losing.
I mean, it's been there. I don't know if it's
I don't think it's Russ though. I don't think it's Russ.
I think it's just the culture in Washington or something.
I think it's just the culture. I think because if you watched any of the Washington Wizards games this season and really,
I really haven't. I mean, I've seen highlights. I haven't really sat down and watched it.
When Bradley's on the court, or he's leading the team, and he's doing what Bradley does. He leads by example. He's hot. He's gonna score. Yeah. Get him the ball. He's gonna get it done. Russell comes to DC. Coming from OKC.
I think, yeah.
He comes in and changes the culture. But when he goes to the bench, they become the Washington Wizards that we always knew.
Who, Russell Westbrook?
When Russell goes to the bench, the team.
It's almost like Bradley Beal out there by himself?
Not even, well, yeah, that too, but it's just like the team doesn't have an identity unless Russell's on the
And it
court.
looks like he's taking a step. He knows it's Bradley Beal's team too.
Yeah, I'm not saying
That's
that.
what I'm saying though. Yeah, I'm not. That's why I'm not. You can't blame Russ if he knows it's not his team.
Exactly. So he's not stepping on his toes like that.
Yeah, exactly. He knows it's run through Bradley Beal, and
So
I get it.
how do you if you come in, if you're a culture changer like Russell, how do you impact the team culture while you're on the bench?
You gotta realize that they talent. They not that much talented besides them two though.
So we're saying they just don't have good enough players? Is that the argument?
Yeah. I mean, I like Thomas Bryant. Went to IU. Okay, nice, but is he really a starter though? Bertans, is that his name? The dude that shoot threes? Bertans, yeah, Davis Bertans. He okay. What's the dude from Gonzaga?
Who?
What's his name? Rubu or whatever.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about the center.
Yeah, him. He is even playing. I think he hurt. He in and out. He you know what I'm saying? It's not like he ain't got no young like up. You don't see nothing like it. Don't motivate you. You don't see like a future. You just see like Bradley Beal gonna do his thing and Westbrook gonna do theirs, and hopefully it's enough.
And that's it.
I don't see like it's not no young talent. I mean, they're okay. They NBA players, but are they really starters? Probably not. Just on Washington, Minnesota somewhere.
For the most part, it seemed like to me, my guy Coop, Get Like Coop on YouTube, basically was saying that the Washington Wizards may need a coaching change.
I mean,
it might be time to move on from Scott Brooks.
I mean, how long has he been there though?
That's where he's been since he left OKC.
5 years?
Yeah, if not longer.
5, 6 years. Okay.
He went straight there from the Thunder.
Yeah.
So would that change?
That's possible too. I'm not saying that's possible, but they got new like besides coaching, I know they got new like management.
Yeah.
Their management is pretty new though, right? They GM and basketball operations a year, maybe I think this year, last year, something like that. They ain't been there that long.
So are you saying we give him more time?
I mean, you could let him go though for the management because how long you know Scott Brooks? A year. He wanted your pick as a head coach.
Yeah, that's not your guy. So I mean, if you want
I don't know who they could get though. But you probably need another experienced coach. So you don't want no rookie head coach. Then if you get a rookie head coach, you got to trade Bradley Beal.
Yeah, at that point, because you don't want Bradley Beal to look like James Harden. Basically.
Yeah, but I don't think he ain't gonna be a headache like James Harden.
Nah, he's just gonna pout on the bench like he does when he scores 60 points and loses.
Well, because he's gonna be like, what you want me to do, man? I scored 60 on 20 or 35 shooting. That's like 60%.
I think he had 7 rebounds and 5 assists.
That's what I'm saying. What you want from the man?
I mean, the man put up the numbers.
Exactly. I think Westbrook had 8 assists and 12 boards or something like that too. Like, even though it was against the Sixers, who are 7-1.
Yeah, but that's just it though. If you can't beat so I ain't gonna say a rival, but somebody like conference rival.
I think it took all the 60 for them to make it close because they were down.
That's what I heard. Yeah, they were down by a lot.
Like 20 plus. Yeah, they were down like 20 plus, and then I don't know, John Wall. Bradley Beal went in the chamber.
He had 32 at the time.
Huh?
He had 32 at the half.
That's what I'm saying. He went and they was in the first quarter, they was down a bunch though.
Yeah.
I think in the second and third quarter, he made it like close and they was up by a couple points.
The problem is he ran out of gas. He only scored, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 3 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's now who you relying on? Westbrook ain't no score like that no more.
He never really was, but
You
we'll
know
leave
what I'm
that.
saying? Though. I mean, he had to do what he had to do in OKC, and now who you going to?
Who's next up?
I have
Thomas
no
Bryant,
idea.
Bertans.
Them two combined, that's your best bet.
Oh, wow, that's terrible. You can't even name another
and they
shooter.
they the big men on the team. They are 4 in the center.
So there's really nothing he could do.
Nope.
Hmm.
I think that's probably why he mad John Wall got traded.
I'm sure.
He had no other option. Westbrook is nice, but he's not a scorer like John Wall is or was, depending on how you look at it. And he looking good, actually, healthy. That's what like I said, I never had a problem with John Wall, just his health.
Yeah, we ain't really gonna touch too much on them today because they're doing
Yeah,
what
I
they're
know.
supposed to do. Outside of Boogie fouling out the game with 2 techs in 3 minutes in the first quarter. when they played against I believe it was Dallas with Willie Cauley-Stein, he got into it with him, and I think your boy James Johnson, aka Bum.
You fatty.
I ain't forgot.
I know you ain't forgot. That's why
you're on a different team. Don't make him no better.
It don't make it still make him
Bum.
He's still a bum.
The bum.
Wow.
He's just on a different team now. Different jersey. Same bum. Different jersey.
You know.
But a team that's no longer looking like bums, though. The New York Knicks. They beat if I'm not mistaken, they beat the Pacers and the Hawks back to back.
Not to mention Milwaukee's on there too.
And they're winning. Oh yeah.
They beat Milwaukee by 30.
Oh yeah. They smacked Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
I ain't gonna leave that out.
I'm like,
it hurt to talk about it. Listen, it hurt to talk about it, but it happened.
Exactly.
The Knicks have arrived. The Knicks have arrived.
You gonna respect my mans, I told you.
Which one?
Julius Randle.
After I give props to Austin Rivers.
Oh, that's what we're gonna do?
That's what we're gonna do.
Julius Randle's gonna be an all-star. If he keep playing like that's all-star. 25.
What was his contract again, sir? 80 million?
90? 90?
So he's playing up to his contract finally 3 years later. Okay.
Whoa. He only been with the Knicks 2 years.
Okay.
He came from New Orleans.
But he hasn't been playing at this level since he left New Orleans and got the check.
I mean,
let's not skip over that. Let's not glaze past that fact.
Hey, RJ got older.
Got paid and he started slacking.
RJ got a little bit older. He got a little more help. RJ.
Oh, so you know
had Austin Rivers
as a point guard. You're not gonna give him his props.
I say you had Austin Rivers.
He the reason Randall look good right now. That pick and roll with Rivers and Randall. Are you serious?
I mean, he never had a point guard though. Who was a point guard with the Knicks?
Frank.
I'm gonna throw my shoe. I'm gonna throw off I got my slides. I'm gonna throw my slide. Frank need a kid, really?
They still got Frank. He's still on the roster, so I don't want to hear it.
I don't hear him. Nah, you got Alec Burks. Now you talk.
Ooh,
you got some.
What?
You got some veterans.
He is not a guard.
He a combo guard.
He a 3.
He a 2.
Alec Burks is not no guard.
Yeah, he is. They play him at 2. He just a long one. He played 2 or 3. Technically,
that's what I thought. Yeah, when he was in Sacramento, he played the 3.
Yeah, but in Utah, he played the 2.
We don't give him credit for that. We don't. He wasn't effective as a 2 in Utah. If he was effective, truth be told, since you brought it up, if he was effective as a 2 in Utah, he might still be in Utah.
Well, he's not a shooter though. That's different.
We're saying it's tomato, potato. You saying the same thing I'm saying.
But he's a veteran though. They need.
He wasn't effective as a 2. That's my point.
He's a vet though. Him and Austin Rivers, them are vets.
I don't care. He can be a vet at 3. He is not a 2. He can't shoot. What is a 2? A 2 is a shooting.
I know. That's RJ's spot.
Really. Then he's not a 2.
RJ supposed to be the shooting guard, but they got him at 3.
Oh, that makes sense. Look at what it's doing for him.
I didn't like it.
Averaging 18 points a game, and he's hitting 3s
I told
from the baseline.
He got a year in.
Yeah, Yeah, it's working. It's
But you
working.
gotta give all the credit goes to Tom Thibodeau.
All credit go to Tibbs. They didn't think he could do it. With
I did.
him,
I knew. We
I
all knew.
knew. I mean, Tibbs is a playoff coach. The only reason
Exactly.
it didn't work out in Minnesota is because he didn't have Jimmy and they didn't want to step up to Jimmy's level. That's it. But
Oh,
everywhere else
exactly.
he coached, he made the playoffs.
Yeah. The question is, I heard it earlier too, or a couple days ago. The way his coaching style is, will it last though?
Honestly, if the Knicks are trying to be anything close
I mean, have to last.
to what their culture is, they're a rough and rugged culture. If you listen to anybody talk about the Knicks of the 80s, the Knicks of the 90s,
No,
even
I said the 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Especially early, and then that 1 year Melo had the scoring champion in 2013.
That was a decade ago.
That one season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking 8-9 years ago, though. They ain't had
it. When you're talking 90, you're talking 20 years ago. So what difference does it make?
Exactly.
I'm just saying they had a culture. That's what they are. They are a rough and rugged team. They play hard. Mm-hmm. They ain't gotta be flashy. They're not Showtime like the Lakers.
Well,
they're like the Lakers. They're like the opposite of the Lakers.
When you get Toppin back though, that is flash. Yeah.
Oh, he'll be nice. He'll be nice.
I remember. Yeah, he ain't gonna
be Laker nice. But they'll be nice.
No, he ain't gonna be the best player, but he will be able to bring you some highlights.
Oh, he the franchise. He's everything. Truth be told, Obi Toppin, and I'm gonna call it now. He's everything RJ Barrett won't be. See, they try to make RJ the face. Obi gonna be the face.
Yeah, but who's gonna be a better player though? RJ?
If we're looking at it right now, based on his history, his father, and what his father did, his legacy, just like we look at Domantas Sabonis and look at Arvydas, his dad, and look what his dad did in the league, and then look what Domantas is doing now with the Pacers. Yeah, RJ is gonna be the shoe-in for the better player looking at now, but long term, Obi can develop a jump shot over time. LeBron did it.
Yeah.
LeBron came in the league. LeBron came in the league with no jump shot.
Well, yeah.
None. Straight athleticism.
I just don't want to see OJ just be Obi just be a dunker though either.
I don't think he'll just be a dunker. I think he might start off like that, but I think as long as Tibbs works with him and develops his jump shot and keeps him in development, and they bring back player development.
He reminds me of a young Rudy Gay.
And look at Rudy Gay jump shot as he got older.
Rudy Gay, yeah, but that was from injuries though. Because remember all them dunk contests Rudy used to be dunking like a pro.
It was
he ended up getting hurt a couple of times and he had to start shooting.
It was like forever ago, but I remember it though.
I mean, talking 20 years ago, almost.
Sheesh. Rudy Gay that old, man.
I was in high school.
Speaking of injuries, Markelle Fultz tore his ACL. It's time for Cole Anthony to shine, baby. Cole Anthony finna take them minutes. You already know what time it is.
You already know how I feel about Cole. I like Cole Anthony.
Before you uplift one and shuffle the other out the door.
I wasn't trying to.
Because you've been disrespectful to Markelle Fultz since he got in the league, so I don't want to hear it.
Because he wasn't shooting.
This was his breakout season.
It took, end of last year.
Yeah, last year this was it. This was his moment. Yeah. And to see it go down at the end of the season with an ACL tear, damn.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Damn. Now I know. You know what that confirmed for me, though? I told you Orlando wasn't going to the playoffs this year.
That's not true.
They're not going.
They're not going.
Oh,
they going.
Oh, they're not going.
They still going.
Clifford about to get fired.
He's still going to the playoffs.
That was the first domino.
How hard is it to go to the playoffs in the East and the bottom?
The East got tougher. Yes.
Well, you're watching it not going.
I've yet to see that.
They not going.
Okay. I can name 8 teams. I can name 8 teams in the East better than Orlando.
Only other team I got that's gonna jump them
is Charlotte.
Atlanta.
Charlotte.
Maybe. They in that spot.
Did you see what Gordon Hayward dropped last night? Are you serious?
500 though.
Huh?
They 4-3.
Okay. That's winning.
Like 5-3 or something like 5-4.
In the East, that's a playoff team. Stop playing.
Orlando's got a better record.
For now, that was before Markel went down.
Yeah, but I'd say Cole Anthony though, so it's fine.
No, I don't. I think he's gonna need a year to develop and get used to the culture and being in the league. We gotta make sure his leg is all
he
the
got
way.
the pedigree though already.
Harry
has the pedigree. It's in his blood.
Oh my god! You know, Michael Jordan said the same thing about his sons, and look what happened to them.
No, they didn't have the same talent as Cole Anthony. That's not.
It ain't even a gene. Michael.
Let's not be disrespectful.
Michael worked for his.
Cole Anthony was a top 5 high school basketball player. Where were Jordan's sons at?
His sons was good in high school.
They wasn't no top.
Marcus was good. Don't do that.
Okay, Marcus. What about the other one?
I forgot his name. What's the other one?
Exactly.
You know him.
I remember Marcus exactly.
Marcus was nice. Yeah,
he made
Marcus,
it.
Marcus is the only problem in my opinion.
Cole was a lottery pick though.
Who?
Cole Anthony was a lottery pick.
Before the leg injury.
He was one when he got drafted. He was still a lottery.
Barely. Oh, he 15.
Something like that, but he still was lottery.
He fell in the draft though.
And that wasn't all his fault. I mean, they stopped the NCAA.
Well, no, he got injured before they stopped it.
I know, but then they didn't bring it back, so he couldn't come back either way.
He wasn't gonna come back. He had a season-ending injury. He wasn't gonna play that season.
It didn't matter. Like when I see it from Cole Anthony in the 5 games he played.
What do you got on the Magic? Why you be riding the Magic so hard when I tell you they're not gonna make the playoffs, man? What is it?
Vukovic, first of all.
Okay, that's one person. It's a team sport.
Cole Anthony.
It's 2. It's
the only person that I agree with you with is Aaron Gordon.
Oh, he gonna be the reason y'all missed the playoffs.
That's about the only headache I got.
Barely give you 10 points a game.
I mean, I like Fourier. Fourier's nice. Terrence Ross off the bench is nice. I said off the bench.
Now you're being disrespectful.
Jonathan Isaac.
Injured. Keep going.
He's not injured.
Are you back now?
Yeah, he back. I think he back.
I don't know, man. He looked fragile. I don't know, man.
If they play through Vukovic, that's the reason.
I can still name 8 teams better than Orlando.
Okay. What about the Raptors? They look like they barely going. They won.
There you go. You just answered again. If I'm not mistaken, the Chicago Bulls got a winning record right now too.
I believe that when I see
it. Check the Bulls. I think
the Bulls are gonna make it over the Magic.
They got Billy Donovan.
Don't you be disrespectful. Don't you? You named the coach. You didn't name a player at all.
You said besides who? I can't name a player.
I said you named the coach, not a player.
No, Jim Boylan was the reason the Bulls were trash.
Oh, okay.
Billy Donovan knows how to get his team to the playoffs. Look what we did in OKC.
I believe it. I know he does. I believe when I see
it. He's fully capable. It's all down to. A decade ago? Is that
a decade ago when D Rose?
I mean, you saw what happened to D Rose.
I know that's the last time they've been relevant.
Well, they kind of was somewhat relevant when Rondo and D Wade was there. They made a little noise with Jimmy Bucket.
Not for no playoffs. That was just for
They was in the playoffs that year. They got swept.
Oh, see, exactly. That's why I don't.
I mean, they made it to the playoffs though.
That's probably why I don't remember that. I just remember D Wade going because
they got swept. They got swept.
The Heat just was like, yeah, we don't want Dwayne Wade.
Oh man, I just don't see Orlando making the playoffs, man. I think
they've made it for the last 4 years.
And do what? Get swept?
They made the playoffs.
At eighth seed. Who cares? I don't.
I didn't say I care. I'm just saying they're a playoff team.
We talked about the Knicks, but the team that we didn't mention that is literally 20 minutes away is the Brooklyn Nets without KD. Now, as you know, and those of y'all that have been under a rock, KD had to sit out for at least 4 games due to contact tracing with COVID. So Kyrie Irving has to lead the team by himself, something he's done before.
I wasn't supposed to laugh, was it?
Yeah, right, exactly. So, can the Nets survive without KD?
Probably not.
Okay, I'm glad you ain't that delusional.
No, probably not. I mean, they already lost 2 games, haven't they?
Yep.
Oh no, they won. I think they won one.
If they did win, it was a close
No,
one.
they did. They beat who they beat? They won by 30. Was it Dallas?
You talking about
I think.
recently?
I think so.
Let me check it out.
They lost yesterday, but they won the other day.
My whole thing, my argument with them is the same as it's always been. No defense.
Well, yeah.
So if your team is good enough to outshoot them, and
I
without
think
KD on the floor, you can outshoot them because
their
Kyrie don't
best
have a
defender
good
is
night
out.
every night.
Dinwiddie is their best defender. Dinwiddie is their best defender.
Ain't he out too with a
That's
tear?
what I'm saying. He's your best defender, Spencer Dinwiddie.
So I mean, yeah. So there's no defense.
Dinwiddie and Terry and Prince, I guess.
Who?
And Prince is
Who?
their best defender.
Come again?
Ain't that his name, Terry and Prince?
Who?
Torian, whatever.
Do you understand why I keep saying who?
I know you like what bench player.
Irrelevant. Next question. Like I don't know. He's not good enough on defense to save a team that don't play defense.
Yeah, I said them are their best too. They ain't got no.
Okay, no, they beat your Jazz 96 to 130. That's what you.
I knew somebody like that. It was.
But see,
that was game one though. That was the first when they heard about KD, and Utah was on a back-to-back on top of that.
Thank you. I'm glad you clarified that because I'm like, well, see, the Jazz is not the premier team in the West anyway. So had that been, I don't know, Clippers, Lakers, even the Rockets, Blazers, like anybody else that can outshoot you and actually defend with Nurkic and and whoever else bodies you throw at Irving and whatnot.
Rudy Gay. That's because you disrespectful to Rudy Gobert.
He disrespected himself.
You ain't gonna never get a Jazz.
When you cry on national television saying you should have made All-Star as a grown ass man, you disrespected yourself on camera.
Well, because he cried about it.
You more than a crybaby. He saw. He saw.
They gave him 200.
They had to. They got his bird right. They had to.
Not 200. Like at least 130.
Because when you're a team that's stuck in the middle of the pack at 4th and 5th in the West, and
every year
highly competitive, and if you were to lose Rudy Gobert, even though he's soft in my eyes, at 7 feet tall, the team needs him. Who else they gonna have step up and give out even you saw what Shaq said? Oh, so you can get 2-time defensive player of the year scoring only 11 points a game?
Oh, well, yeah.
16 rebounds and what? 4 blocks?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I mean, he's like, what is that?
Shaq said he would have ate him up.
Yeah, Shaq would have dominated. Man, what? Shaq would have threw him in the camera crew. What are you talking about? Rudy Gobert would have been flying around like a rag doll if he played in Shaq Diesel's era. Please.
Oh, you talking
Shaq Diesel?
Lakers?
No, I'm talking about Orlando Magic Shaq. Like,
I was about to say, you said
body fat
Orlando
Shaq.
early
all muscle Shaq. Huh?
You saw end of Orlando.
Yeah, I'm talking 94, 95 going to the NBA Finals Shaq.
That's small Shaq.
And he was dominant at
I know, I didn't say he wasn't. I'm just
3% body fat,
of him being the best of himself.
Yeah, Rudy, nah. The Utah Jazz did what they had to do. You were forced to pay a ransom for a man who only got a few good years left in him, in my honest opinion.
And they said discount. He said he gave him a discount.
Well, yeah, I think he could have went for like 205, 210.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
He cut him a couple M's out. He cut him a couple.
I wouldn't give him 2-0, but that's just me.
You said you would. Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't have either. I would have hit him with the 180, 170 or something like.
Yeah, 120 maybe.
Build around y'all with. I can't be giving you all the money, then I can't build around you. It's just you and Don. I can't build with no money.
I already know.
But nonetheless, I mean, congrats to them for doing that. But again, the Nets, you don't get no props for beating the Jazz like that in the regular season. It's the Jazz. Who cares? Jazz ain't winning no championship no time soon. When has the Jazz ever won anything?
Right.
Ever? No, never. They've always been right there. Go back to Stockton and Malone. They had a great run. Then you had the young Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer. Great run. Again, they stayed relevant through all these eras. But did they ever get out of the middle of the pack? No.
Right.
No. So if they had lost Rudy Gobert, they probably would have fell down to maybe the 6th or 7th, maybe even the 8th seed in the West, because they had no big man to compete with AD and Karl-Anthony Towns and Boogie and Christian Wood. Now that he's out west now, and he's a threat. You got Nurkic up there in Portland. I mean, I can name names off. You still got Bagley in Sacramento. I mean, put some respect on Bagley's name, even though he's been injured for most of his career. But when he's healthy,
you gonna give him respect.
He's nice when he's healthy.
He lost respect.
So. I didn't mention him in the notes, but so his dad.
I saw that goofy man.
Apparently, and then De'Aaron's dad agreed and said, "Go ahead and trade him."
I mean,
that was a story.
He was speaking for De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron like get him out of here then.
Oh, so is there beef between De'Aaron and Bagley? Is that?
I don't know if it's beef, but it's like he ain't been healthy. Well, he ain't helping me none.
So they're not cool no more.
I mean, I would. De'Aaron probably want team to himself, and they were trying to make it work at one point, but he can't stay healthy.
He playing now, but I think he's mad right now. He's not getting the closing minutes. He wants to play in the closing.
Yeah, minutes. He on restricted minutes. He played 20 minutes, 25 max.
Until you prove that you're a clean bill of health, you're not playing no more in 2025.
Exactly. De'Aaron played 45 minutes a game. I want to hear.
Oh yeah, well that's because he ain't been injured as much.
Exactly.
He durable. He can play them kind of minutes.
It's bad when Hassan Whiteside is your starting center.
I wouldn't consider that bad.
He's supposed to be the start, but Bagley's supposed to be the future.
I would consider that we doing what we got to do.
Yeah, I didn't say I don't like Hassan. He's not an offensive threat. I like
him better in Portland, even though they couldn't afford to keep him.
Yeah, I mean, because you consider Hassan not an offensive threat like that.
No, not like Bagley. Bagley is a big that can shoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hassan, you need him for defensive presence.
Yeah, I feel it. As far as the Nets go, if KD, once KD comes back, does the Nets go back to just being the threat that they've been so far? Is that basically what happens?
Pretty much. Long as Kyrie get out the way.
I didn't know he was in the way. What do you mean?
He holds the ball. You know that. He take more shots than KD, and KD still after more.
What did y'all expect?
It's not his team.
The man's ego is bigger than LeBron. What do you mean?
It's not his team, though.
Have y'all had a moment to stop Kyrie and tell him that?
You should not tell
KD. Through to him for that? You talking to a man with an ego bigger than him. He only 6 feet tall, but his ego is at least 7 feet tall.
You heard KD said before, I'm KD, man.
I know this. Yeah. And KD is up to this point has proven that he's still KD.
Exactly.
But Kyrie is Uncle Drew. So you telling Uncle Drew he can't do what he do with the rock?
Yeah, exactly.
You telling Uncle Drew he can't dribble the air out the ball?
You don't need to average 28. You need to average about 22.
You telling Uncle Drew he can't get buckets?
You telling Uncle Drew to move out the way because you're going to cost me a game. You already cost me a game. You got me missing game-winning shots, man.
I can't do nothing but smile because I told y'all that Nets experiment is not going to work. You have an inexperienced head coach that's offense only, no defense. You have Amari Stoudemire as an assistant coach who, even in his prime, wasn't that great of a defender. He's more of a scorer, a big man that can score. You got D'Antoni, who's an offensive mastermind with zero defensive experience.
That's probably Kyrie's favorite person.
I'm sure. Yeah, what? He saw the numbers Harden was doing down in Houston. Like, hey man, I'm trying to do what he did. I'm trying to drop 30, 40, and 50. I want to get it.
Exactly.
So, what did y'all expect? You put KD, who was never truly a defender, even at 7 feet tall with a 7'6" wingspan.
Well, yeah, no. He okay.
When has he ever been a defender? Not even in college. When was he?
He's okay. He's okay defender.
He was okay at best because his length, height, and timing. Because you have to time the shot just right to get over him, or just go around him.
Right.
But again, he's never truly been known as a defender.
That's true.
Kyrie Irving, another
definitely not a defender.
Number 1 draft pick, no defense. Played 11 games at Duke, had a knee injury before he even declared for the draft. So he came into the league banged up, basically, and has been pretty much injury prone ever since.
True.
I'm pretty sure his knee issue is degenerative. I'm almost certain it is at this point.
Yeah, he had it scoped on at least 4 times.
At least 4 times. So again, what did y'all expect? Y'all got DeAndre Jordan out the Crypt Keeper's yard.
See, that's another problem.
This dude he needs to retire. He's out.
I wouldn't say he needs to know that Jared Allen's starting the center, not DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, I already told you. I told you last time what was going to happen with that. Jared Allen's development is going to be stunted greatly because they're not starting him.
It was ridiculous, honestly.
And looking at Jared Allen now, I'm going to be honest with you. The way Kenny Atkinson designed the plays for him,
genius,
made him look more menacing and more threatening than he does now. Now he looks vulnerable. He's been exposed. You know how many people that dunked on Jared Allen this season alone? In the first 7-8 games? That would never happen his rookie season.
Exactly.
Because Kenny Atkinson had plays designed where he looked like the defensive presence he should be.
Well, now it's KD or Kyrie, get out the way.
When you have offensive-minded coaches with no defensive presence in your coaching staff that's relevant.
True.
What y'all expect? You literally have to win games based on outscoring your opponent. So what do you do when you go up against an Atlanta, which we saw what happened? You saw what happened with Atlanta. They beat them.
You saw what Trae Young did too.
They beat them because
you saw what did Kyrie ankles.
You went against a team that can outscore you.
You put them on skates
all
too.
Angles I'm talking 15 feet out all the way to 30.
They made John Collins look like an all-star.
Oh, John Collins.
And I like John Collins.
The alley-oops to John Collins.
That's what I'm saying.
God,
I like John
with
Collins.
Ferocity. Huh?
Yeah. And I like John Collins. But I take Jared Allen over John Collins.
So. I almost used a few of them John Collins highlights for the podcast. I was like, damn. Even KD had to step back like, shit, man, he ain't finna put me on the highlights. I ain't touching that. He ain't finna put me on the highlight reel.
Exactly. He already went on one. He don't need to go on there.
That's my point.
Terry Rozier already got him. He can't get on him again.
Mm-hmm. If Kevin Durant was a defender with that body type that he has, there's no way I'm letting Terry Rozier dunk on me like that. Ever. He had a great game that game. His stat line was impeccable.
Yeah, I know, right?
But you don't ever let Scary Terry dunk on you when you're 7 feet tall. That man is barely 6 foot. And he basically a Kemba Walker without a jump shot.
And who ain't proved nothing in Charlotte till
now.
3 games
till
ago.
Now.
Yeah.
And he dunking on Kevin Durant. Y'all done made Scary Terry a legend in the game now. I dunked on Kevin Durant.
Yeah, right. If he got nothing else.
Huh?
He don't do nothing else ever in NBA.
He literally can say, tell his grandkids, you see that poster up there?
Yeah, you got it.
He dunking on Kevin Durant, the greatest scorer the NBA has ever seen.
You already got a frame right now.
Huh?
He framed up in his house.
Oh, I'm sure he done blew it up. Yeah, put that right there. Yeah, right there, right above the mantle.
Exactly.
Tell my grandkids I dunked on the greatest scorer of all time. Right there. Man, look like barbecue chicken in the words of Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq.
Barbecue chicken. So, Friday night, Hornets, Pelicans, first matchup. We got Zoe and Zion going against Melo. Your thoughts? The brothers go their first game against each other. What you think gonna happen? You think Zoe and Zion gonna take them out, or you think Melo gonna show them?
Yeah, I mean it's good young talent all around.
Both of them, yeah. Both teams are young.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get to the Pelicans, the edge.
I think if we're talking about just chemistry, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, that's the
Bledsoe actually look now. Let me do this real quick. I know certain players have this switch where they play great regular season and then they go to playoffs and they disappear. So as of right now, Eric Bledsoe looks great on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
But he looked great in Milwaukee before too. That's why he got that contract. So I can't get too excited. He looked good. He getting those corner baseline threes,
Right.
but I don't know. He not no Drew Holiday. I ain't gonna. I'm not.
No.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not
No,
gonna
you
say.
ain't gonna be disrespectful.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. But if we're talking about the matchup, we're talking about Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. That's your big three right there. And then it goes down, Bledsoe and
Steven Adams.
Jackson Hayes, Steven Adams. Then you look on the other side of the court, you got Melo, you got Bridges, you got Devontae Graham, you got Scary Terry. I don't know which version of Scary Terry you're gonna get.
The scary one.
You got Gordon Hayward, who's
You
been
know,
going on.
you gonna get that easy.
I'm just saying it's possible. It looks like a showdown. It looks like a match that could really come down to like the last possession. It could go into overtime. My thoughts on it off rip. I believe Lonzo Ball and Melo are going to have their best games because me being a sibling, when you're playing your brother, big brother to little brother, they bring out the best out of each other. It's going to be highly competitive.
About the same. I didn't realize how close that game was.
Oh man, woo! Melo learned from Big Bro.
I didn't realize that.
Well, you don't have a little brother. You have a sister,
right?
But
I mean, I've seen highlights of Melo.
But what I can just tell you from experience, little brother wants to be big brother, but better.
Absolutely.
You have a little brother. I'm just from experience. Whatever brother can do, little brother says, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna be better. And I'm just telling you, just off what I've seen.
I got sisters, so same thing.
Huh?
I got sisters though, so same.
You understand? So I'm just saying, when it comes to sports and being competitive, when you and your brother are in the same type of league or playing the same sport, in this case the NBA, we all know Lonzo struggled to score his first season in Los Angeles. Melo's first game, he didn't score. So people was already writing him up as, oh, he's going to be another Zoe. He's not going to score. He's going to do all the other stuff and all the fancy passes.
He could do all that.
I'm sorry?
He could do the fancy passes too, though.
He can. The difference is Melo didn't let the talk of the media stop him from shooting that rock, because the second game he came out balling. And honestly, he's averaging, I want to say, like over 15 points a game.
He got a little lucky too because he got drafted to Charlotte.
True.
It's not LA or the Knicks somewhere.
True. I mean, circumstance does play a part in this, but we're just talking about strictly skill set. Melo has a better jump shot than Lonzo at this particular time. Lonzo's improving. He's working on it. It looks
I did see the game against the Pacers.
I'm sorry?
I did see the game against the Pacers.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I was shocked.
Did you see that? Did you I'm thinking of the game against Houston and Pacers. Did you see that block that Miles Sabonis did on James Harden? Or I think it was on House.
Talking about yesterday. Yeah,
I saw it too. House, and both of them jumped and blocked at the same time. I said, oh, that was cold. Even Pacers caption was like, this is borderline disrespectful. I said, that's what Tone would say. That's literally the caption. They said, this is borderline disrespectful.
I would say it was disrespectful because that wasn't borderline. That was all disrespect.
When you got twin towers like Miles Turner and Sabonis blocking your shot, what can you do? Like, what honestly, like, they even said it on the commentary. It's like, we expect that out of Miles, but Sabonis, we don't expect.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's a great defender, but he's not a blocker though.
My man had all ball on that possession. And then the question was in the count, they was like, okay, so who got the block? Because both of y'all blocked it. So who does the block?
They probably gave it to Miles.
So what stood out to you on the Pacers matchup with the Pelicans?
No, Lonzo did, shocking. He had he had like 22 points.
Oh yeah, he was getting ready for his brother. He know that matchup.
I was shocked. He had like 3 threes.
He getting ready for that matchup.
He like 3 or 5 from 3-point. I said, wait, when he started doing that? Cost me a parlay.
That's why you was watching the game.
I was at work though, but I was like, is he hitting threes? And Malcolm Brown just letting him because he's like, he ain't gonna hit it. And he cashed it. And then by the time Brian started playing defense, he already hot now. I said, oh, he got 22 on you.
I mean, Zoe's getting ready for that matchup. I'm telling you, he knows.
I mean, Brian had 33. They still lost.
The media is hyping it up.
Oh yeah, it's on ESPN too, ain't it?
It's the only. I think it's the only televised game.
Charlotte.
It's either Charlotte's only televised game. I think
it's Charlotte's.
Yeah, nationally televised game. Yep.
You know, it ain't New Orleans only.
No, not with Zion on.
No, exactly. That was
absolutely
this
not.
Second one already in 8 games.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely
this
not.
Second ESPN game already.
I'm conflicted because I'm a fan of the Ball family. So
yeah.
As far as who I want to win, me being a big brother, I would be okay if the Pelicans won because that's one of my sleeper teams in the West.
Right.
However, because I want the Hornets to be a sleeper team in the East, Pelicans can win some more games. They don't gotta win this one. They won. They won against the Pacers, I think. No, Pacers.
Yeah, they won.
I thought Pacers won that game.
Nah.
Pelicans won by 2 points. It was close.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Okay, so Pelicans did win that game.
I'm pretty. Or no, Pacers came back and went overtime.
That's what I thought. Pacers won. Yeah, I watched the end of it. I was
they
like,
went in overtime. That's what it was.
Yeah, Pacers
Pelicans should have won that game.
There you go.
Pacers took it to overtime and won.
There you go.
That's what it was.
If we're talking about that, I mean,
because Sabonis and Miles both got fouled out.
Right. I mean, we look at it from that perspective. I mean, yeah, you would idealistically want, you obviously want the Pelicans to win, but for me personally, I would like the Hornets to win just to help Melo. It's his rookie year.
Yeah, I get it.
It kind of helps him build up that confidence. Okay, I can beat my big brother.
It's gonna be a close game either way, though.
Oh, it's gonna be a dogfight.
About 5-6 points.
It might even go into overtime.
It might.
Charlotte has
overtime in New Orleans.
People don't realize because Charlotte games don't get televised because they haven't been that good for a while. In a minute, so they're talented.
Oh,
there's enough shooters to win this game.
I love Devontae Graham and PJ Tucker.
And Bismack Biyombo's good too for what he
Even
does.
PJ ain't been showing up.
Who? Yeah, no. PJ hasn't been showing up, but
Devontae has though.
For what he does, he's better. He's better than our boy that they got traded. I see his face. You know who I'm talking about.
Got traded.
The big boy that just went to LA.
Batum.
Batum, yeah. Biyombo plays way better than Nicholas Batum.
Oh, obviously.
Way better. Him and Melo got a chemistry too when it comes to those passes too. He's always on point. Him, Bridges, Malik Monk. Let's not forget about him.
Oh yeah, I like Malik.
They second unit is crazy. Off the bench, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing reports that Melo is practicing with the starters. Shout out to my boy DKM over on YouTube. He showed me some footage.
Put Terry back on the bench.
They're actually Bridges might be on the bench.
They gonna start 3-point guards.
I don't know if it's 3-point guard, but I know based on the reports the DKM had for me.
Because you got
they had they have the black and white jerseys in practice.
Yeah.
Melo was on the starters side with the black jerseys, and then Bridges was on the other side with the white jerseys. Practice with the second.
Well, I'm saying so you're gonna have Terry Rozier, Ball, and Graham. They all point guards.
I think what's gonna happen is gonna be between Graham and Melo as far as who they're gonna take out. Because I think right now, as I'm only saying that right now, only because Terry is actually balling out right now. You don't want to bench him just yet.
Well, yeah. Well, and he got the contract.
And he got the contract. Devontae Graham don't got the contract.
True.
So technically, if we just talking strictly numbers, we ain't even talking about skill set. You kind of Devontae Graham might be that spark off the bench. If I'm the coach, I might put Graham on the bench and see how and experiment with the lineup a little bit. See what Melo, because Melo, he said in the post game after they won, Melo sparks the whole team. His energy on the court, because they don't know, because he's unpredictable. He said when it comes to his passing, we never know what he's going to do with the ball. And he said, not only do I don't know, this is the coach talk. He's like, not only do I not know what he's going to do with the ball, his teammates don't necessarily know what he's going to do with the ball either, which keeps them on point because the ball can be coming at any given moment. But then at the same time, not only do I don't know, they don't know, our opponent doesn't know what he's going to do with the ball, which is an advantage for us because we don't know where the ball is going when Melo's coming up the court. We don't know if he's gonna stop and pull up three. We don't know if he's gonna throw a football pass down in the paint. We don't know if he's gonna swing it, get to the baseline, open man three. You don't know.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable. It's sporadic. It's spontaneous. But he loves it. The coach said nothing but positive things about Melo's game.
Well, yeah.
So right now, I'm just saying it could be because it's a game against his brother. They may gift him with a starting position.
Oh, they might give him one for that way.
For that game. And if he shows out, he might keep the spot until he.
I mean, you could play all three because Ball is 6'7", right? How tall is he?
Yeah, he's 6'8". He's a
that's what I'm saying. You could play him big.
Yeah.
He wanted to.
You could. So I mean, right now Charlotte is just playing with the lineup because Gordon Hayward's doing his thing right now. He's showing up, thankfully, because they paid him $120 million. You better show up, okay? So you know what I mean. You doing all that. You got to show up.
Right.
I just think the Hornets have a shot to win this game on Friday, but I won't be mad if the Pelicans win. I might put money on both teams. I ain't gonna hold you up. Just happens. But let's move on to the back to the West for a hot second. Question: are the Phoenix Suns the best in the West right now? Because I got an argument that they technically are the best right now.
What about best? They're not Lakers.
Listen, before you even going, I know you're a Lakers fan. I know you're a Lakers fan to the core, so it's hard for you to look at Phoenix and be like,
I like Suns though.
I understand. Hold on. I know it's hard for you in your heart of hearts to be like, these guys, Phoenix, these guys, the guys in our backyard, literally our backyard. You're telling me not Sacramento backyard, the other backyard.
Exactly.
You're telling me these guys are better than us? All I'm saying is Chris Paul's impact on a team puts him in a Hall of Fame category.
I didn't say no. I agree.
Because they're going to the playoffs.
They are.
We already said playoffs are bust. Playoffs are bust. That episode was
absolutely.
I named the last episode.
And they just busted the Raptors.
Dedicated to Phoenix.
And they just busted the Raptors last night.
I mean, the Raptors are in bad shape, man.
They might not make the playoffs. If Siakam had 40.
In bad shape.
Siakam had 40. And they still lost.
No, the Toronto Raptors have been exposed. They have no interior defense now.
Losing Gasol,
losing Serge and Gasol. Like, don't sit here and give all the credit to Mark. I'm not saying Mark's nice, but Mark ain't the spring chicken he was in Memphis.
Well, that's why you just went to defense.
For one, Serge, on the other hand, who's slightly younger, not by much, but slightly younger. Serge's nickname is Ibaka for a reason.
Absolutely.
And he can score too. So you lost not one, but two of these guys. And this is not a shot at my man Aaron Baines. Aaron Baines is nice.
He undersized though.
He's undersized, and he's more of an offensive big than a defensive big. He can get you blocks, but not like Serge and Mark.
And he's not a rebounder. He's like, he get you about 6-7 boards.
He's not that guy.
They both average 11 boards a game.
Say it again.
Mark and Serge both average double digits in rebounds. Right. That's not really Baines.
No.
He like 5 or 6 boards a game.
Absolutely.
That's his game.
Absolutely.
And they both all-time defense. Both of them on defense.
Right now, if somebody were to ask me who I think the best is in the West, it's a toss-up. I could say Lakers. I could say Phoenix. Right now, today.
Okay, I give you that. They the best too.
They right there.
But I'm gonna go Lakers and Suns.
I mean,
Lakers, Suns. I guess Clippers.
For now,
I
don't see that lasting.
I mean, I don't either. The team, that's it. And they just stay strong,
For me,
Spurs.
For me, even though they lost to Golden State when Steph dropped 62, I want my third best team in the West to be Portland. I feel this year, and I know that's a conflict of interest for you because you're a Dame fan, you're a Lakers fan. So having those teams at the top,
I do not want them to play each other.
Me personally, I don't either, even though it's probably gonna happen. But me personally,
not in the first round.
No. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. If they can get it together and pull back together and be the team they was in the bubble, I truly believe that the top 3 teams in the West this season is no longer Denver.
Nah, they went down.
They're going down.
They are going down.
Be the Clippers. They're going down. My top 3 teams in the West right now, and this is what I want at the end of the season when it's time to go to playoffs. I want either the Lakers at 1 or Phoenix at 1. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know that sounds crazy because Phoenix wasn't even in the playoffs last year. But I'm just saying.
I don't see them that high.
But Lakers obviously probably be the favorites. They are right now, and it's probably gonna stay that way for the majority of the season, if not the whole season. Give me Phoenix at number 2 instead of the Clippers. Swap out the Clippers for Phoenix.
Yeah, put what, Clippers at 3? Or no, Portland at 3?
Portland at 3. That's what I want.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's gonna
they
happen.
ain't done it though.
But that's what I want.
He did it 2 years ago.
That's what I want. I want Dame at the top of the West, not fighting at the bottom.
He did it 2 years ago.
I remember, but you know,
they was 2 seed.
Is that the year they got to the Western Conference Finals?
That's what, yeah, when they walked off.
When they got swept by, when they got swept by, yeah, you're right. That's right.
They were 2 or 3 seed at that time.
Mm-hmm. They were 3.
I thought it was 2.
I think they were 3.
Okay, somewhere like that.
Yeah, they were 3 because
that was the year LeBron didn't play though. LeBron was hurt.
Right, the 6th seed, and that's how they got up so high. But the 6th seed was OKC, and that's how they waved off PG.
Yeah.
Yep. So me personally, and I know you're a Dame fan, and I love Dame's game. I love what Dame does with Portland. He makes it every year. I would love to see the Lakers, Phoenix, and Portland at the top of the West. And then my 4th team, my sleeper team, that's middle of the pack. I want the Jazz to go down, and I want Houston to stay at 4. I want Houston at 4. Huh?
We don't know. I don't know where I want Houston at because you don't know what's gonna happen with James Harden.
I wouldn't make it based on James Harden. But hold on real quick though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't with James Harden, I don't.
They're not gonna go up without James Harden. They're not gonna be a 4 seed.
I hate that y'all depending on James Harden like this.
Well, you know it's true though. In the West,
you can't prove that.
They where are they now with James Harden? 500.
I want Houston to have an identity outside of the Bears.
It's not gonna happen this year if they get rid of James Harden.
You mean Christian Wood and them ain't nice enough to get you there?
They gonna look to the playoffs. They not no 4 seed though in the West.
All right, so would it be more reasonable if I put Dallas at number 4?
I want them. I need Porzingis back desperately.
It probably won't happen though, but because Porzingis,
I need Porzingis back desperately.
Because even when Porzingis get back, I don't think he's gonna be 100%. I think he's gonna be still injury prone.
Yeah, but you got
career so far.
You need somebody. You need somebody else to help Luka.
True, I agree. You lost Steph Curry, and that was a crucial loss.
And I like my guy Josh, but I don't know how much I like him on Dallas.
It's same with Jalen Brunson. I mean, nice.
I mean, he's been here though, so I mean that's cool.
So honestly, Dallas will probably be a 6 seed again, in my opinion. So that will put obviously Denver. So Denver probably be at 4. Utah probably still be at 5.
I got Lakers, Clippers, Suns, Portland somewhere.
I see the Clippers. I mean, this sounds crazy coming from me because I mean,
I got Clippers at 3, 4.
Clippers, honestly,
what you got?
Probably gonna be a 5th seed this year.
5th.
I say 5th.
Honestly, I think the Jazz gonna have a better record than the Clippers. So
then that would put Jazz at maybe 4.
I can see Jazz at 4.
Jazz at 4, middle of the pack still.
I put Jazz at 4. I don't know where Denver's gonna be at because they up and down too right now. They don't know who want to give it to.
I hate to say it, but when you have a team with that much talent, it's hard to be successful because you don't know who to lead the team.
The Clippers?
No, not well. Yeah, I'm talking about the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, well they don't know if they want to go through Joker or Jamal, and then throws off Jamal because then he have a good game, and he got a bad game. Because he had 36 and he had 18.
Yeah,
You gotta pick one, man.
Crazy inconsistent, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick one, or be in the middle. You can't be
Right.
18-point or a 30-point score. You gotta be 22 or something.
Thanks. So enough about the West for now. We're gonna go over to the East real quick. Can I say that Philadelphia 76ers are the best in the East? Is that factual now?
And I'm mad now.
Is that the situation?
You know how mad I am about this? Who did I pick? Who did I roll with all year last year?
You went with the Sixers.
All year.
And Embiid got hurt, then Ben got hurt, and that was the season.
Exactly. And now they're both healthy.
Now Tobias is showing up and looking crazy.
Now I'll pull my hair out.
But no, you know what though? You caught it. No, you can't be mad. Be happy. This is your moment to shine. You know why? Because you're a Houston fan. You got Daryl Morey in the office. We know what he gonna do.
Right.
You know what he gonna do. You saw what he did. He saw Philly didn't have no shooters. He got y'all some shooters.
True.
He kept Ben and Embiid together, which we thought was pretty much impossible prior to him getting there. You also said on the previous episode that Tobias Harris is going to have a breakout season because Doc Rivers is his coach. You called it.
True, I knew that.
Right. This is what you wanted. You're getting what you wanted. You might have been a year ahead of your time, but you're getting what you asked for a year later.
So you're trying to tell me that not Mike Brown, Sixers old coach.
Brett Brown.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, Brett Brown was the problem.
Yes. Everybody knew it. Even my guy, I got a few guys that are Philly fans that I know that are in the sports thing, and they said it. They're like, yeah, when the coach doesn't have control of the locker room, you don't stand a chance. Which was another reason why Doc had to leave the Clippers, because even though he was in good with Steve Ballmer, the owner, he had lost the locker room when PG and Kawhi got there and ruffled everybody's feathers.
And I did hear there's a report that Doc wants Ben to play his game. He don't care if he shoots or not.
Yes.
But
again,
which is the best form of being tell him through a
truth be told, that's reverse psychology.
Yeah, I mean, he wants him to shoot, but he's not gonna pressure him.
If the whole world is telling you shoot the damn ball,
yeah,
your head coach, being a head coach that's been in the game for this many years, he knows, okay, if I tell you to shoot, me and you are gonna bump heads. If me and you bump heads and you the franchise, then we're not gonna win no games because you're my man. The ball needs to go through you.
It do go through him.
He's the big man. He needs you to feed him that rock.
And that's what he's doing.
Y'all work together. Y'all game and style of play can mesh if you have the right coach.
And then you got Tobias open at 3 in the corner for 3.
Brett Brown got you through the process, but he wasn't meant to be the guy to get you to the other side, to the promised land. He was just a guy to sit there and babysit y'all as y'all develop and get better, build your chemistry up. We make some trades. We get some people. We lose some people. We go through the drama. We get to the playoffs. We were one Kawhi shot away from the finals. You were there for that. But you were there for the Jimmy Butler days. You were there for that. But the writing was on the wall before Jimmy even got to Philly that Brett Brown was not the coach to get it done. He was just the guy to babysit them while they developed and got confident.
Yeah. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for going in the paint too. That's what I really want. We don't need you shooting threes, none of that. Get down there. Baby Shaq.
I mean, again, it all goes back to coaching.
To Doc, yeah.
Brett Brown basically was another D'Antoni.
He's a good head coach, but not a great head coach.
He's a developmental head coach, and he's somebody that when you want players to do something different, they don't listen to you. You don't have their respect.
You don't have respect.
You let them run and do pretty much go on the court and do whatever they want.
Not with superstars. He'll have it with young
developmental coach. He's another Luke Walton. He's in that category of coaches.
Okay, I agree with that. I get that.
It's not even up for debate. I mean, the record speaks for itself. The only reason Brett Brown was a Kawhi Leonard lucky bounce away from the finals is because of the talent level that he had on the court. For one, he had Jimmy buckets. Jimmy took y'all to one shot away from the finals. Jimmy hit the last shot that had y'all up by 1. Jimmy did that. Not Joel, not Ben, not anybody else you can name on their roster at that time. Jimmy is the reason why they almost went to the finals. And I've been saying that. You saw what Jimmy did last year. You saw what he did in Philly. You saw what he did in Minnesota. Minnesota was out of the playoffs. This man was injured. He had 2 weeks left in the regular season. This was like 3 years ago.
I remember that with Minnesota, yeah.
And they came down to the last game, and they knocked Denver out the playoffs with the last game of the season. Now, granted, they went by Houston because Houston was on fire. CP3 and Harden hadn't fell out yet, so the bottom hadn't quite fell out of that yet. But they got swept
in the offseason.
It
happened right after.
Exactly. So again, that's the year that CP3 and he was a hamstring away from the
finals. Was hamstring because they took Golden State to 7.
Yep. And they couldn't get a basket to save their life in game 6 and 7.
Save their life.
So again, Brett Brown doesn't deserve the credit for them getting that close. It was the players. The talent level was heightened because Jimmy brought out the best out of Joel and Ben. He knew how to use them to his advantage and make him look better. So when he went down to Miami, he knew exactly what he needed to do. He said, all I need is shooters. Give me all the shooters you got and have them going to the gym at 4 a.m. in the morning with me. I got you. It's all about the personnel.
Oh, yeah.
The coach don't get that kind of credit.
And Doc has got the pedigree.
Doc has the pedigree.
Joe Murray's a genius, too.
Doc has the respect.
Because he got rid of Al Horford.
There's no clogging up space between
Al Horford. That's what I'm saying. And he's slow. You don't need all that.
Slow and old. Old and slow.
Old and slow.
His game fit Boston. It didn't fit Philly.
Right.
So I'm on a limb saying as of right now, one could argue that the number 1 seed is going to be a fight between Brooklyn and Philly. Now, this is going to sound crazy. It's going to sound crazy, and you might not believe me when I say this. Based on the coaching and the culture of the Philadelphia 76ers, if the number 1 seed was on the line and the matchup to get that and capture that number 1 seed for the playoffs was between Brooklyn and Philly, I'm going with Philly.
Me too.
And most people be like, are you serious? This is Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, 2 of the greatest scorers we've ever seen.
Kyrie don't want them problems.
First and foremost,
Ben is a lockdown defender.
First and foremost, Joel is respectable at the defensive end as well.
True.
You've been snubbed from the Defensive Player of the Year.
DeAndre Jordan definitely don't want them problems. You better start Jerry Allen. That's your best option.
That's your best option. But here's that's my point. People get so caught up in the offense of basketball. They forget.
KD gonna get his 30.
There's 2 sides to the court. There's 2 sides to the game. You have to protect the rim. You can't stop KD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not stopping.
Your defensive scheme should be the same way. You know what Scott Brooks said it best? He had the best quote.
Unless you switch Ben Simmons on him.
I mean, yeah, he can go toe to toe with him. 6'9".
And then put Karis LeVert on.
You could do some switches.
Yeah.
What did Scott Brooks say before the game? He said, "You better just pray and hope he misses."
Yeah.
That's our game plan.
Yeah. And he know KD one of the best too.
Your best bet is to shut down Irving. Because once you shut him down in the first half, he's done.
And Ben Simmons don't want them problems. Kyrie don't want them problems with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, shut him down. Let KD do what KD does. Let
Trae Young put Kyrie on skates.
If KD's bold enough if KD's bold enough to come to the paint, Joel, eat that man alive. Look, you see KD coming down the court.
Don't hit that bowl.
You put KD coming down the court on Joel. Joel better put Giannis's face on KD's body. You better see Giannis. Because everybody knows Joel elevates his game when he plays Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
So put Giannis's face on KD's body when you see him coming down court.
Don't you do that, KD. Don't you go down there with that man.
I got Philly beating Brooklyn.
Is that what
I don't want to say it because then I'll be mad if it don't happen. But I don't even want to jinx it. But
Well, see,
scratch it.
I gotta stay off of Philly because
See, you did this.
was just too
See,
early.
you did this
I gotta
last
keep
year,
Philly.
and I don't want to. I don't want to do you. I don't want to do what you did last year.
That's what I'm saying.
I want
That's
to
why I'm
say it
staying
though.
off of Philly right now.
Is it too early? Is it too early to say it?
It's too early for me to say it.
You know what I'm about to say though, right? It's too early.
It's
I
too
can't do it.
early. And I'm not even on them anyway because we ain't gonna disrespect the team that I don't want to say.
What team is that?
Boston.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's my team.
Yeah. Well, you know how hard it is for me to say Boston, being a Lakers fan.
I'm gonna keep it a buck though.
It's Jaylen Brown, actually.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That's most improved player.
If they don't get a big better than Tristan Thompson, they ain't getting out. They ain't gonna make it.
Who ain't gonna get? Ain't no sitters out there.
They gotta make a trade. So they gotta find somebody willing to give up a big. You know what?
Tristan
Boston.
and Tice ain't decent enough.
Danny Ainge.
Call your friend up in Indiana.
And if he don't pick up the phone because Indiana's trying to compete this year,
right?
Get on the phone, call up Clifford down in Orlando. Tell him what do we need for Vucevic.
Steve Clifford, you getting fired if you trade Vucevic to Boston. I'm going down to Orlando myself.
Let me see who the owner of Orlando is, so we can.
And I'm waiting for you outside of practice, man. You do a goofy trade like you do a goof, unless you're giving me. I don't even know who I want.
Let me see. Who's the owner?
You almost got to give me Jaylen Brown. You almost got to give me Jaylen Brown.
Danny Ainge, get on the phone with Richard DeVos and tell him, hey, what do I got to give you? What kind of package do I got to give? What kind of draft picks do you need for Vucevic? I need Vucevic.
I need Jaylen Brown.
I might have to pull that trigger, dog.
You gonna trade Jaylen? Okay, now we can have a conversation. Jaylen Brown and Kimba?
I might. Kimba?
I know just because they would trade Kimba because his health.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We talk about it. We talk about it.
But I need somebody else besides Kimba because you ain't gonna give me Kimba.
I'll throw some draft picks in there. Cash option. Come on, baby.
I'm trying to think else I really need.
Because Boston needs
Marcus Smart.
Until Boston gets a big, maybe we'll talk about it. I might throw Tyson there. I might throw Daniel Tyson there. But Orlando's not winning any championships anytime soon. I've been saying this.
I didn't say they weren't. I'm not going to give you my best player.
Vucevic is wasting his prime years on a team that's not contending.
True. But for me, Trey, for the East,
let it go.
I'm going to need everything for the East.
We need the
West, we need a discount.
Orlando needs to rebuild. And let them suffer for a little longer because they're not winning anytime soon. I'm sorry. With Markelle Fultz going down, even if I was an Orlando fan, seeing Markelle Fultz go down like he did,
that hurt.
I lost faith right there. I was like, if I was an Orlando fan, I would have been like, you know what, our season's over.
First of all, is there any Magic? I don't know a Magic fan.
I don't either. Not since the 90s. Not since Penny and Shaq.
Penny. Maybe T-Mac.
Well, T-Mac. I'm sorry.
Well, it didn't last long though. That's why.
But his Magic years, them 4 years was pretty crucial.
Yeah.
I mean, he made his legend before he went to Houston as an Orlando Magic. So, yeah. But nonetheless, Vucevic needs to request a trade out of Orlando. If I was his agent,
Tristan Thompson is not enough.
Who and who?
Tristan Thompson is not enough.
No.
For Boston?
No.
Even they both averaging, one averaging 35, one averaging 30.
Who averaging 30?
Jaylen Brown averaging 30 right now.
I thought you talking about Tristan Thompson. I'm about to say, no, he is not.
No, I was talking about between Tatum and Brown. That's not enough.
No, because
and Marcus Smart hustle.
No,
we saw Kimba coming back.
No, dude, you was right there with me when I was betting on the Miami Heat and Boston series last season, It went 6 or 7 games for a reason.
They got bigger.
Barely. Tristan Thompson
Tristan's
don't
bigger.
play. Huh?
Tristan's bigger than Tice.
He's not good anymore. LeBron made him look good to get that contract in Cleveland, and he ain't played the same since.
What if they trade for Kevin Love?
I don't know.
You don't need the old Kevin Love. You just need a shooter Kevin Love now.
His mental. He's off.
I don't need all the Kevin Love. I just need him to shoot the ball.
See, but when you did make deals like that, you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you don't know it's a mixed bag with him. You don't know which one you're gonna get. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate.
I was trying to think who was out there that could help him. I don't know who's even out there on the block.
But last but not least, before we wrap this portion of it up, because we're gonna make this the all NBA, and then we'll go over to the wild card on part 2. Is James Harden stuck in Houston in your opinion? It's starting to look that way.
As it's looking right now, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I thought the Sixers was going to pull it, but they don't look like they need them.
Right.
Why would I trade Ben Simmons for James Harden now?
It ruined my chemistry.
Why would I do that?
Nah, it's not worth it.
And Joel is not going to average. It's going to mess up Joel.
I agree.
Who averaging 30 and 13 right now.
I agree.
I mean, he's still going to get his points, but he ain't going to be 30. James Harden got to get 35 points himself.
Right.
I mean, unless a team out of nowhere.
Like who?
I don't know. Maybe Brooklyn's still on the table.
I wouldn't do it. No defense.
I'm not saying they would, but they still on the table. Honestly, I don't know if they would, but they should. Toronto.
Oh, the Tampa Bay Raptors?
The Tampa Bay boys. They should. I don't know if they would, but they should.
We the South?
The way they playing now, they should.
They need another score right now. They look kind of desperate.
You gotta give me they won't Van Fleet, but Van Fleet probably not tradable.
He just re-signed.
That's why I say he's not tradable. Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, he could go. I hate to say it.
OG, Amanobi,
Boucher,
and Norman Powell. That's the best I got. Yeah. And a first rounder and some money. Best I got.
That's the best all I got.
Siakam definitely not tradable.
Nah, Siakam and Van Fleet are not tradable.
The only two I want to keep. Everybody else can go. Pretty much.
Yeah, but so what we're gonna do, because I don't want to, drag this out too long. Everybody's attention span is only about this long. So we're gonna wrap up. This is part 1. We're gonna make this all NBA episode right here, which something I was tossing around in my head throughout the episode. I'm like, man, this is the episode right here. We're gonna stop right here.
Yeah.
But make sure you follow GTA Sports Network as well as GTA Heat Check on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel GTA Sports. And don't forget to subscribe to GTASportsNet.com because we will be doing a NFL Wild Card Edition Part 2. Tone, let me know where to find you at real quick, man.
Instagram, Tone_Fresh08.
You can follow me at Ty Slide on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, it's been GTA Heat Check. We out.